Well, I am back up here with Pastor Chad, who did an amazing job.
Thanks, Emily.
You did. I think that first I want to tell you this is an on-time message.
Good.
I really believe that God knew when you all were planning he did know. He
Yep,
did know
he
what
always
was
does.
going to be going on in the world around us, which is kind of crazy, scary right now.
You know what's really weird? So I got this sermon series last October and wrote it on my whiteboard last October during last year's sermon series.
Oh, wow. So,
crazy.
hey, God works himself in when he needs to. He knows
does.
what he's doing. But I do think that it's a good thing because worry is something we all deal with, right?
Yes.
We're human.
Yeah.
And we all have things we care about and people we care about, and it's just in our nature to worry. But the biggest thing that I took away from this was when you were talking about functioning faith.
Yeah.
I think that is something that's a built-in practice, really. You know, like you said, you could say, I did this or let God have it and all that, but that's verbal. I think that a lot of times we need to be able to step in and live that, which I loved the prayer plus praise. Prayer plus praise. Say that 5 times fast. And for me, that's something that you said your wife may think you're crazy. I think that people on the road think I'm crazy because my car tends to be the time that I step into
red
that.
Light time?
Yes, I do. And so I'm pretty sure that there's some people that have been very concerned about my mental stability because there's times I'm just like, all right, God, you've got this. I know life is crazy, but thank you. Thank you for all these things. And I'm talking to myself in a vehicle with no one but me and God, and no one else knows that.
Right. Well, faith requires action. That's faith requires action. When Moses was at the Red Sea, he had faith, but it required an action step to step into it. The same with the wilderness, same with Joshua and the walls of Jericho, the same with Peter and the water.
You had to move.
There's an action that has to happen. And I think what happens is we worry that God will not move or doesn't like us very much. And sometimes it prevents us from taking that action step.
Worry definitely is something the devil uses, you know, against us because you can get in that cycle of just worry. But I love that the prayer and praise breaks that cycle because it really does. That's something that I think we can all benefit from. And that's why this message was so great. It was on time.
Are you a Temu fan?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If I'm going to get something, it's going to be worth my money. Okay. I too like a cup that keeps my ice.
Me too. I'm with you.
I'm not a coffee drinker, so the ice is important to me. But no, I do believe that these are tools that even some of us who have been saved and followers of Christ for a long time can utilize this. This wasn't just for new people coming into their faith.
For me.
Yeah. I think I've gotten so much out of this series so far myself. And it's great. If there was something that you didn't get to say today during the sermon,
what was that?
What would it be?
Oh, if there was something?
Just as an added bonus for those who are still with us.
Yeah, that's a good question. And I would say probably that I think sometimes one of the greatest tricks of the enemy is to get you to treat what's normal as abnormal.
Ooh, okay.
And so a lot of the times we think, well, if worry is creeping in, then that's not normal. We're not a good Christian. Our faith, hey, it's absolutely normal.
Yes.
To be anxious because we live in a broken world. We have an adversary. The Bible says he's a roaring lion that he walks around seeking whom may devour. Now, roaring lion in Jewish culture meant a toothless lion.
Okay.
Meant an older lion. And so what would happen in Jewish culture, well, you know, the animal kingdom, is when a lion gets so old, it begins to lose his teeth. So he'll go lie in the jungle as an ambush. And when the young prey run in front of him, he roars. He still has that.
Right.
Young lions slay the prey. Old lion comes, gums what he can, until an alpha comes and kills him, right?
Yeah.
So the idea there is that you run towards the roar, not away from it.
Oh.
If you run away from it, you run into an ambush.
That is great advice.
And so when worry screams, if you run away from it, you run into an ambush. But if you run towards it with faith, you slay the lion because he's toothless anyway. Meaning that the only power the devil has is his lie. That's his roar. And he multiplies worry by baking it in lies.
That is a great way to break that down because it makes sense. It makes so much sense to hear that broken down that way. You know what? We're just going to have to run towards that roar with our praise and our prayer. That's what we're going to have to do.
That's exactly
right. And I think that's a great challenge for all of us. So if you guys are still watching, listening, I challenge everybody this week to step in to that roar, to lean into God and remember those things that he's done for you, for the things that you can praise in his life, in your life that he's done. But I think this is amazing. I can't wait for next week. It's been on time. It's been perfect every week.
Next week's good too. I'm excited.
I'm always excited every week. It's been amazing. But we appreciate you coming up here doing a breakdown.
Thank you so much. Thank you for all you do for Victory Hill.
We look forward to next Sunday.
All right. God bless.
Jesus is the spirit of prophecy. That means what he did.